We are about to enter into the Gaza Strip. We are going with the Israeli military. It is very limiting. It is not ideal, but for now, it is the only way that we can get at least a glimpse of what the situation is like in Gaza. Many journalist outfits, including NBC, have complained about this. We have requested for independent access to be granted many times, but it has never been allowed. According to President Trump's much celebrated ceasefire, the war here in Gaza is supposed to be over and reconstruction underway. But when you're here, it's clearly not the case. There's no bulldozers here. Nobody's clearing the debris. It just looks like this everywhere you go.
Gaza is now divided roughly in half by what is called the Yellow Line. All Palestinians, more than 2 million people, must stay in their section close to the sea. The other half of Gaza is under Israeli military control. Gaza's health ministry says more than 600 Palestinians have been killed since the October ceasefire. Many of them, the officials say, were shot dead by Israeli soldiers while attempting to cross the Yellow Line. Israel says the Yellow Line is clearly marked with concrete blocks and that it only fires on militants attempting to carry out attacks.
Why are Israeli troops still here?
Because Hamas is still there. There's Hamas terrorists right there, thousands of them, wanting to kill our civilians just a mile away from here. And our mission right here, by the way, this is part of the agreement, but our mission right here is to make sure they don't cross and murder Israeli civilians like they promised they would do again if they get the chance.
The IDF allowed a small group of reporters into Gaza to show us a Hamas tunnel that Israel says it just discovered.
And here is the entrance itself. Gonna have to crawl at this stage. And according to the Israeli military, this tunnel, which hasn't been fully explored yet, went from Gaza City almost all the way to the Israeli border. It doesn't seem like these concrete supports, these walls, even shifted. So they were quite a feat of engineering. Oh, they just keep going and going. This is interesting. In here is a little toilet and a sink. Now here's the question, will it still work? No, it does not work. But it has a tile floor, it has a flush toilet. So this was built, I don't want to say for comfort, but it was clearly built to last. I've done many interviews with hostages, freed hostages, their family members, and they all talk about the conditions, the horrific conditions living in these tunnels, being held hostage in these tunnels. And having just been down here for maybe 20 minutes now, I can tell you, which is nothing, I can tell you it's already starting to feel suffocating. This part of Gaza was called Al-Shujaiya. It was a densely crowded neighborhood in Gaza full of Palestinian homes. These were all homes. They're barely recognizable. They just look like piles of concrete.
A crew in Gaza working for NBC News found some former residents of Al-Shujaiya living on the Palestinian side of the Yellow Line, in tents. This is revenge, says Iman Hizik. Our children have been killed, our homes have been destroyed, our lives are shattered. Her grandchildren now pick through garbage to find fuel to cook with. If the Israelis wanted to destroy something, they could have targeted a limited area or a military site. But no, they destroyed everything. Everything, she said. President Trump just last week announced his Board of Peace has raised $7 billion to rebuild Gaza. But 4 months into the ceasefire, there is no reconstruction here and violence continues. Nothing like the prosperity that was promised.
Richard Engel is joining us now live from Jerusalem. We're glad to have you on the show, Richard. You talk about reconstruction there. What would be a realistic timeline for that? Do we have any idea?
We really don't have any idea. We're in this chicken and egg situation in which the Israelis say that there can be no real reconstruction, that they won't pull out until Hamas disarms. And Hamas at this stage has not disarmed. Hamas says that it could disarm in the future if there is a Palestinian state, a legitimate Palestinian authority. But they say as long as Israeli troops are in Gaza, they need to stay armed. So both sides are using the presence of the other to justify their continued presence in Gaza, which means that there can't really be any real reconstruction, any real building. It remains an active war zone. It remains destroyed, and it remains I wouldn't say frozen conflict, an active conflict that is just now a pile of rubble. Gaza is a pile of rubble.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.